Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to make Sinigang roast chicken and couscous rice, and yeah, let's get on with the video. So for our spice rub, I am going to use this pepper steak seasoning, and I'm going to add in half a packet of magic syrup, and now we are going to add in a packet of Sinigang mix and some ground pepper and just some olive oil. So we're just going to give this a really good mix around, and this is going to act as our rub for our roast chicken. So for like the stuffing, I am just cutting up some shallots, some carrots, just rough cutting it, and I am also adding in some garlic, which I will crush later on, dicing up an onion, and I am also going to use these limes or lemons that I get from my neighbor's tree, so I'm just cutting that up as well. And now moving on to our chicken, which I have just washed. We are just going to pat this dry, and yeah, making sure all the excess water is out of our chicken. Look, it's saying hello guys. Just having a little bit of exercise. And now we are going to stuff our chicken. So I'm just putting in everything that we have cut up, all the veggies, and I am just stretching it out, packing it, giving it a good mix. And I'm also going to put some of the spice rub in that later on, but yeah, we're just packing in all the garlic, and I even put ginger as well. I forgot to show you guys, but I did cut up a little bit of ginger in there. So we're just gonna pack this in, and now we're just going to tie up its legs. So I'm just using like a thread, cooking kind of thread, and we are just going to wrap up its legs just like this. And now moving on to the chicken, we are just going to use the spice rub that we made, and we're just making sure that the chicken is all nice and coated just like this. And the rest of the spice rub I'm going to be putting inside the chicken. I probably should have done that first, but yeah, I kind of did that last. And just making sure that everything is all well coated with our spice rub. And once our chicken is all nice and coated with our spice rub, we are just going to let this sit in the fridge to marinate for about 30 minutes. You can leave it longer so it really absorbs all the spices that we use, but I'm just going to do it for 30 minutes. And now we are just going to assemble our crock pot. So what I did was I put some veggies, just rough cut some veggies, some celery, some carrots, some more lemon, garlic, onions, and just put it in like the crock pot that I'm going to be using. And as you can see, I just rolled up a few balls of aluminum foil. This is going to act as like kind of like a rack for our chicken. So our chicken's going to go on top. Just make sure that it's sitting nice and even on top of the balls, and this is going to help with the cooking process, so it's all nice and even at the bottom as well. And now we just want to cover this with some foil, and we are going to pop it in the oven at 180 degrees, so a preheated oven, and we are going to cook this for about an hour and a half. And then we're going to cook it again later for 30 minutes without the foil on top. And while our chicken is roasting in the oven, we are going to move on and make our couscous rice. So I have just cut up some zucchini, capsicum, and some pumpkin just like this, and I'm just putting it on a tray. Now I'm just going to season it with some pepper, some olive oil, and I am just going to be using some oregano as well. And we're just going to mix this all around just to make sure that everything is all nice and coated, and just laying it flat. And now we are going to pop this in the oven along with our roast chicken, just so it will roast on top. And now moving on to our rice, we are just heating up some oil in a pan. I'm using olive oil, and once this is hot, we are going to add in our onions and our garlic, and we are just going to saute this really well till it's all nice and soft and fragrant, and it releases its flavor. This is going to add as a flavor to our rice. And now we are just going to add in 4 cups of water. And I'm just seasoning that with some pepper. I'm going to add in just a little bit of chili powder, 1 stock cube of chicken, and a knob of butter. I'm also going to use this herb and garlic seasoning, which I will be putting just a little bit in our water, just so it adds a little bit more flavor. You can even add like paprika, cumin, whatever kind of flavoring you want with couscous rice. And now I'm just adding in 1.5 cups of the rice in our mixture, and I'm just mixing this really well. And now I'm going to turn off the heat and I'm going to cover it for 10 minutes. And once 10 minutes is done, your couscous rice should look like this. And I've also taken out our roast veggies from the oven, and I am just going to mix this all together really well. And now just topping it with some parsley and a little bit of lime, which in this case I'm using calamansi from our neighbor's garden again. Thank you, neighbor. But yeah, just popping in a little bit of lime on top, and now our couscous is ready. So now moving on, we are going to make some gravy. So I am just heating up some butter in a pan, just like this. And I am just squeezing in 1 stock cube and some pepper because I don't have any chicken stock liquid. And now we're going to add in our flour. We're just going to brown this. So the darker you brown it, it's going to give color to our gravy, but just make sure you don't burn it. And now I'm just adding in some water while I'm whisking this, just to mix up our gravy. And just to add in a little bit of color, I'm adding in some parsley, and I've also seasoned it with a little bit of salt and pepper. And now we're just going to take out our roast chicken and platter it up, and it should look something like this. And I hope you guys like this recipe. Please like and subscribe if you did. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!